believe, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Was a surprise for you, you know?
Yeah,
I
great.
picked up one gun and this was your gun, so we didn't prepare, you know, this. So
Yeah,
this
thank you
is
very much.
Perazzi.
Hey guys, recently when John and I were in Italy on a Perazzi trip, we had the opportunity to spend some time with Mauro. Now, it didn't go to plan. John and I had a plan to sit down with Mauro and talk about some stuff that we had previously arranged, and that didn't happen. What actually happened was a whirlwind tour of the factory with just some absolute solid gold knowledge coming from Mauro. I was left a little bit in this sort of comet tale of trying to keep up with him and keep up with what he was saying and keep the camera moving. But we hope that you enjoy it. It is fabulous to see Mauro and John talking about all the aspects of getting a Perazzi from bare metal through to a finished gun. And we really hope you enjoy it.
Okay, because the barrel has to be a little bit thicker, okay, and stronger. So
Is that making the barrels heavier then?
a little bit heavier, okay? Not much, but maybe 20-30 grams heavier because we have to give much thickness. But after our test, our project, whatever, we are able to send the gun to the proof house and be tested with steel shot at 1,390 bars. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, very strong. In fact, the shooter, the hunter, whatever, can use also 36 grams, I mean very heavy load with extra full choke. Okay, so this is very important without any damage to the barrel. Okay, so this is very important. Of course, with the new guns, all guns, this is a pain, I think, because if the guns are not tested and they don't have lilium, you know, stamped on. Theoretically, you cannot use, even I think our barrels are very strong anyway, since the old barrels, and maybe they could be shot with steel shot, but it's not recommended, of course. So the shooter, the hunter, has to check on the bottom side of the monoblock if there is, the stamp of steel shot. So in this case, can be used any kind of lead, steel shot.
But it just means for a customer going forward now, there's confidence in the guns that they're all high performance, steel shot proofed, and if things are happening in the UK, that's safe.
Yeah, see, this is very important because, but not also in UK, but worldwide. You know, it's a big problem. Will be a big problem for sure. Shortly, maybe 2 years, 1 year, will be probably also not only in hunting, but also in sport. Trap, skeet. In some countries of the North Europe, like Scandinavian countries, Finland, Norway, Denmark, they already shoot with steel shot in skeet and trap.
So barrels are obviously started as a solid block.
Solid block is a bar of 4 meters. We cut at the length needed for the length of the barrel. We made the drilling, the first operation, second, and then the third operation is turn it down.
Yeah.
And then we have to polish very well with stone, so the barrel is ready to be soldered, to the monoblock. Okay, so this is the way. This is the monoblock, 2 barrels with silver solder, 750, 760 centigrade, so very high temperature.
And that's what
happens. And then, soft solder. We do the soldering of the top rib and the side ribs. Okay, so induction, 2 barrels and monoblock, soft solder, top rib and side ribs, the old tradition of soldering the barrel.
Yeah. And the barrels is the first thing that's made in the gun?
Yes, in the gun, the first thing we do when we receive an order is the barrel. Yeah. And this is the barrel department, where you can see we have 5 workers dedicated to the barrel section. We start with, as I said, the drill of the barrel is the first operation, and then, step by step, it comes, machine by machine. At the end, we have, as I said, I showed you before, the barrel ready to be. Those are barrel already bored, ready for the next operation. We have different lengths, 80, for example, is 32, 86, and dimension, 18.6, 7, 5, 4, whatever. And different gauges as well. down here you can see the 410 and 28. You see, this is 28 and this is 410. So from the same diameter barrel, we get
There's a lot of
a lot of
material
material
to
to
come
come
up.
out. Yeah, of course. And everything is made by CNC machine. We have two big important CNC machine that they prepare the barrels. So, and takes quite a long time to do this process.
And 12-hole bore dimensions.
Yes.
I think in the past, 18.7 was preferred for a lot, and then now it seems to be more barrels are 18.5.
More in the past I thought 30 years ago, 20 years ago was standard was 18.4 for many years. Then we started to make some tests, and what we noticed in the last, let's say, 10 years, that bigger is the diameter, side diameter, less recoil you have.
Everybody wants.
So now for America, for example, is a long time they like 18.7.
Yeah.
In fact, for American trap and for sporting clay, so very common. Let's say that only 18.7 you do for America.
My own guns, which I took to the States, were all 18.7.
Sure.
The
This
least
is also
amount of recoil.
important. Now, with this big success we had with the high-tech model, this is a gun that we designed in 2015, 2016, but since then, all the high-tech in all versions, okay? Let's say trap, skid, sporting clay, parkour, compact, is 18.6, very successful with magnum chamber.
Yeah.
So with this, let's say, feature, the recoil of the ammunition is much less, the gun is more stable, so the shooter has more control on the gun.
And better for fiber wad with a smaller bore?
Yeah, let's say the optimum will be 18.5.
Yeah.
Okay, not go over 18.5.
Yeah.
18.5 is the optimum. But most of the ammunition now, they are not fiber, but they are with cap,
Yeah.
So most are 18.6 or 18.7.
And game guns, we tend to have
Also
them 18.5. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
What we suggest also is the magnum chamber, because has less helps a lot with the recoil. So
and going forward with steel, you just don't know what size of shells you're going to be loading.
Of course. Steel is very important to have a wider bore. This is true.
So how are these barrels? So these barrels are just tubes. How do you test these tubes for straightness or pressure?
We have I want to show you. The first operation is. I show you now. See, this is the first step. See, this is the first step. Solid bar. It comes out, with a hole, and this is this is special steel, nickel, chrome, and molybdenum. So it's very strong and very elastic. So the process is this, and then, after this, it's ready to, because this is just, let's say, it's not so fine, not so precise, the diameter, okay? So we have to take in the next step that we do with cutter, okay? We call cutters, and it's very precise inside. It's like a mirror after this operation, see? After that. And from this side, from this step, see there, the tools are over there. The worker is preparing now and set the tooling, for doing the internal diameter, okay? So
skilled
to
work.
make skilled work, skilled work for sure. And what we do, we have. I show you to see if the barrel is perfect. There is no defect on it. We try with a special that I can show you now. Let me call my worker. Papa, scusi, buongiorno. Mi fa un esempio. So before start, we just did two operations, okay?
Okay.
Boring inside and this labor here just to keep, the barrel strength. So before starting the real process, we test one by one to see if, as I said before, the barrel has a defect inside.
Okay.
Because if you discover at the end, will be a tremendous cost, waste of money. So we do when, the barrel is just the beginning, so the costs are different. So you can see we have a special solution with the light. This is is a chemical water, and you can see exactly. You see this line?
Yeah.
That means that this has a defect. It's a fault in the steel. Probably, when they make,
the
steel is hard, whatever, there is something wrong, inside.
And
see?
if there was no fault, there would be no line and
No,
nothing to show.
nothing. Just with this process, you realize that you have a defect, you know, a fault. So doing this means that probably you threw away €100, okay, for example. But do this after, when the barrel is finished, you threw away €1,000. So, but this is a quality control. So every barrel has to be tested before starting the process. This is very important.
Important job.
This is a good job, very important job. This is very important job. So, and we do for each barrel, okay? This barrel. So we test, and after this start to be done. As I said, this is the next operation. You know, to turn it down, and from one operation to another one, it's absolutely important to, you know, to test and check with the human eye let's say, if the barrel is straight or not, because during different process can be bent, the barrel, okay, with the machines, as you
with the tolerances go.
So he has to check, looking inside the barrel, the white, you see the white light with the black line. You see shadows inside or lines, okay. The lines tell if it's not, if it's good or not. So in this way you can see the worker, what he's doing is bending the barrel till it's perfectly straight. And this operation gives the best quality of the point of impact of the putter, okay? Not the quality of the putter, but the point of impact. So every barrel has the tube, let's say, has to be tested and checked before the next operation, that is the soldering to the monoblock, stop ribs and side ribs.
Okay.
I hope I'm clear this way. So this is, and only the human eye can do this. There is no laser machine, there is nothing can be done except with the experience and the human eye. So this is absolutely important. Production, it's about 7 guns a day. Let's say 8 barrels with spare bus, or 8 barrels a day. We can do this with a limited number. Okay, we can. If we, let's say, we have mass production, I think this is something that can be done, you know, check one by one.
So after the barrels have been in this process, checked for trueness, is there any like great heat applied to these barrels, or is there any stress on these?
No, there is no stress. No stress. Absolutely. This is why it's nickel chrome molybdenum, you know, very strong but very elastic, okay? So there is no stress. The reason why we not silver solder top rib and side ribs, and we go with all way of soft soldering, because you know, the steel is not stressed.
That's
okay?
what I was.
This is it, because if you solder just the monoblock to the barrel, is not a big problem. The thickness here is so big that there is no torsion. But if you solder, you know, the side rib that is very thin, top rib to the top barrel, 800, 750, 800 degrees, with
you could get a distortion.
Distortion, and this will be a problem. Pattern goes left, right, up and down, and you cannot modify it anyway. And the steel is very stressed, has a lot of stress. Doing what we do, the soft solder, 180 to 200 centigrade maximum, there is no torsion at all. And the quality of the steel stays the same, you know. So it's perfect, there is no, as they set the barrel, it remains like that, okay? So straight, and you don't have to do any adjustment or. And of course, when the barrel is fitted to the receiver, the gun is ready. We test in our tunnel, you know, one by one to check if what I said now is true. I mean, you know, the barrel has to shoot perfectly in the center, 50-50, and this is very important. This is why we choose this solution, not induction or high temperature, but low temperature. And this gives also, this is a plus, the quality of the pattern, okay? This is absolutely important. The quality, distribution of the BBs, you know, and so this is absolutely important. This is why we choose this way. So and the many success we have, you know. You see how many medals we won, Olympic medal, world champion medal, any discipline, you know. So we have, I think, set many records. And this is why, because the quality of our barrels, beside the receiver, the stock, and the complete making the gun, make a big difference, make a really big difference.
So Mauro, have you been working on any new engravings or models or?
Yes, model, let's say, no, we stay on the MX-12, MX-8 and HT high-tech model. But what we introduced this year is a SC3 side plate, okay? And this is a huge thing, really. This was an idea that came from UK, you know, it came from Tim, you know, our sales manager, the sales manager of Perazzi UK, gave this you know, idea, and we studied, we made a project, and was very successful. In fact, we receive a lot of orders of SC3 side plate.
Well, I think I've got 2 pair on order, a pair of limited grouse
in fact,
and a high pheasant
we
pair.
try to rush, you know, your gap, but the problem is, if I can say problem, are the engraving time. You know, takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
A lot of time. Engravers, good quality engraver, are not many. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the point. You have to be patient, you know, and wait. They do a good job because on those guns, on those engraving, has to be perfect. So, but beside the SC3 side plate, engraving 151, that is like a stroll. We have also 152 that is hunting scene. But beside that, we made also the SC3 not side plate, the standard one, in engraving number 150 and 150 in gold. So it's a beautiful engraving, very rich, and what I can show you now, I have only one receiver ready. We received this morning from our engraver, so I'm able to show you the beautiful engraving. I will bring it here to you.
So Mauro,
yeah,
what have we got here then?
Yeah, this is the new engraving, 150 with the gold.
So is this SC3 gold?
SC3, yes,
Yep,
gold.
yep.
The new engraving, 150 in gold.
And
So
is this a MX
This is a 8T, high-tech model.
high-tech S?
High-tech S, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Fixed trigger, not detachable. And you see,
And
all
this-
the engraving is made by hand, of course, like all our engravings.
And the gold's put in like dovetailed and
Yes,
real.
correct.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then, you know, with a little hammer, you know,
Yeah.
and tool, everything by hand, push down, and then polish. You can see the trigger guard as well.
So is the trigger can't be blued yet, or is this all what?
This will be all white.
All white.
Will
Okay.
be receiver, frame, and parts all white. The customer wants all white.
And this is the first ever one that you've
This
done.
is the first, correct, yes.
And are you doing this engraving without the gold?
Also without the gold.
Okay.
150, yes.
Yeah.
The number of the new engraving is 150, 115 in gold. So this is a beautiful, you see, very rich, lot of contrast, you know.
Between the polished sort of
The
side.
polish also face, and what we introduce is our, let's say, logo, you know, our name, Perazzi, on this side. This is something new as well. you
Nice
see.
touch.
Nice touch, something we will see. I think people will like and appreciate, you know.
And obviously signed by the engraver.
Yeah,
like all-
the engraver. The engraving is Bottega Giovannelli, one of the best engravers, let's say, Italy, Europe, in the world. Very famous, and most of our jobs are done by Bottega Giovannelli.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really, really nice.
So I'm very sorry that I'm not able to show you the SC3 side plate,
No, it's fine.
151, because it's yours, especially outside, you know, to be engraved. I hope next time you come, you know, we can show.
And do you think, you know, in the past, I would say there was more demand for like game scene engraving, and I feel like Bywell, we sell a lot more scroll engraving now, and you know, trap shooters, clay shooters.
More are scroll now.
Scroll, yeah,
Not
now.
many. In the past, really, 30, 40 years ago, was very famous the hunting scene,
Yeah.
pheasant, ducks, whatever.
Yeah.
And let's say was probably 80-20. Now is exactly the opposite. 20-80.
Yeah.
I mean, 80% of the engraving are side plate or without side plate are scroll.
Yeah.
We have the engraving number 100, 101, now the 150. We have whatever. We have also the fine English scroll as well.
Oh yeah. It's a favourite of mine. Yeah.
So this is really.
Well, thank you very much for showing us this.
See, John, we are proud to say that all our checkering are made by hand. We have two lovely girls that you know, do the checkering, and as you can see, it's all handmade. They are using a special tool, it's a cutter, you know. They have a profile, and then what they do, you know, they follow up line by line till they have the design of. Now, Michela will show you. You see, this is the beginning. See, you can maybe I can move this way. You can come here. See, free hand. You see, John, free hand. She has a great experience.
Tomorrow this is done when the stocks are just lacquered.
Yes.
Yeah.
When lacquer, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. You have to do this. See? She is doing now the outside line
Okay.
completely. See? It's really, it's made by hand. There is nothing, you know, like temple that to put down.
And it's not that easy because it's not a flat surface either. It's
So there are also some imperfection, of course, because this is handmade, you know. So
Yeah.
this is, but are so small, and she's really, both of them have a great experience. So the mistake are really minimized at the smallest part, you see. So, and she's starting now, you see. Follow line by line, she makes a few lines. And then they have to cross as well to get the pyramid, like a pyramid. So this is...
I think I'd be terrified to go over the
Oh
line
my
here.
God.
Yeah, and slip.
When I was much younger, I tried to do this, you know. I stopped after 3 lines. Impossible. Seems easy. It seems very easy, but it's not easy.
Concentration.
Concentration, but look how she's fast. She's very fast. So we do stock and foreigns as well.
Yeah.
We have 2 girls that cover all the production.
And will she do both parts herself? Do keep the 1 and 1 together, the stock and the foreign?
Yeah, stock and foreign. Yeah. It's a match, you see. Like in this case, stock and foreign, stock and foreign. You know,
Yeah,
so
keep them together. Because sometimes we do ask for different checkering styles, don't we? And
Sometime happen,
Yeah.
but usually we know the high-tech model has a design.
Yeah.
MX-8, MX-12 have a different design. Okay.
Yeah.
This is more simple. The other one, I mean MX-12 and MX-8, it has the tail.
Like a lightning bolt.
So it's
Yeah.
more elegant, let's say, and more difficult also to do. You know.
All
so
right,
this
yeah.
is much easier. But it depends. You know. Sometimes we have requests of special, like the palm. You know, all checker.
oh yeah.
I mean, for some shooter, they need, you know, not just a normal check, but the palm, you know.
And is that for hotter countries or bigger
because
hands?
They say, you know, they have a better grip.
Right.
Especially for skid shooter, they have a very deep
Okay.
pistol grip, and the hand is not up, but it's down, you know. So they need really to help to mount the gun, you
Okay.
know. So,
Yeah.
so we do this. So she's. There are many different ways, you know, to do the checkering. Like some companies, they do with laser, okay, that is much faster, but really it's very cheap, you know. So we prefer to maintain the quality, and this is why it's a cost, okay, because
Yeah.
laser 2 minutes is done. Here it takes 1 hour and 15 minutes, you know, to check.
To check every
stock and foreign, so it takes a long,
it's quite a long
time.
time, isn't it?
Long time, really. So this is, but we prefer to follow this way, like at the benches, you know. I will show you now some operations. They are really made by hand, you know. So we go this way. Those are some. This is the last line, okay. Production start from the first line with the fitting of the barrel
Okay.
to the receiver, and then start to put together. This is the last line where they check if the gun is correct. This is a new gun. I mean, sorry, it's a brand new gun. Is an SEO special request. You see, gold only on flowers, on bouquet of flower. This gun goes to Australia. You know, it's
All right,
our
yeah.
customer from Australia. He desired, you know, to have the bouquet of flower in gold, and we did it. You know, so our
With the barrel selector and the adjustable trigger?
yeah, also.
Yeah.
So he has 2 sets of barrel, you know, and but the special thing is that you see also the Auger, look, so beautiful. Okay, he wanted just in gold, and this is what we are able to do. You know, custom engraving as well.
And this is an SCO
This is an SEO
with
gold
wash parts
Gold,
inside.
yes.
Yeah.
You see,
yeah.
look also the top lever. One, because as I said, it has, you know, the gun has 2 sets of barrel.
Okay.
One for sporting and one for ski. So look at it. With the pierced top lever and gold crown as well. So it's a very special gun. The gentleman was here a couple of months ago to select the blank and made the stock. He spent a few days with us. So the gun was not ready, it was in white. So we made the stock, he tested the stock gun, so I was very happy. And now I think next month the gun will go to Australia,
That'll
and
be
he will
great.
be very happy.
Yeah.
I'm sure that he will be very, very, very happy.
So this
So-
is like final assembly. What's
Start
going?
assembly, yeah.
Yeah.
We have 4 workers actually. They you know, assemble the gun finished
Yeah.
before go to the warehouse and to be delivered. So they have to check part by part, you know, very fine, you know, and
And these 3 workers, do they assemble every gun? So
Every-
they do high techs, they do
all.
you know, every model.
Every model. They know
Yeah.
exactly every model.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is, our section, you know, where, as you can see, we have CNC machine, so it's very, let's say, modern, you know, company. And this is, as I said, the old part, okay? So high technology and the old way of making guns, I think, you know. So this is exactly, they are doing what my father did 70, let's say 70, 60 years ago. He started by himself, like a gunsmith, to assemble the first gun. Bravo. Oh, see?
Wow.
This is another. This is the 150. As I was saying before, one left last
yeah.
Friday, but one was ready to leave, and this is exactly the same we saw in gold version before. This is not gold. Maybe we can lay down later and come and maybe...
really, really nice with a PS top lever as
Yeah,
well.
look.
In
See?
the top. And Perazzi in the top there as well. And this is a high, it's trap gun, is it?
I take, yeah, this is skid. No, this is skid.
Skid.
This is skid.
Okay. And
Adjustable
what
stock.
ribs on the top here?
This is, the rib is 11 by 7 with drum line and middle sight as well.
Yeah, okay.
Barrel, I think, is 72, 73 centimeters.
Yeah.
So it's good. Look on the bottom, no?
Yeah. I think I better get some of these on order.
Yeah, this is, how beautiful, you see how it comes out, bright,
Yeah.
you know.
The depth. So the darkness in here, is there anything, is this action, how's the
No, it's a technique.
Yeah.
It's a technique, you know. It's a punto, it's called punto, you know. It's all with a hammer and a very fine...
little indents.
And they hammer, all with hammer, you know. The correct name is battifondo.
Okay.
I mean, batti is hit the bottom. Okay, so this is hit the bottom. It's all made by hand, you know.
And that just makes the engraving
The
really
engraving
stand
really.
out. Yeah.
Those are little holes, very deep. Deeper you go, darker you get. Okay? So there are different levels, okay? But this is, look.
I like the trigger guard, the little design on there.
Design
Nice.
also,
Yeah.
really. Top lever as well, you know, it's beautiful.
Fantastic.
Beautiful wood as well, you see. Adjustable stock.
Yeah.
See, this skid is a parallel with Monte Carlo.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Sure. Now I was saying that this is the old way of making guns, you know, like my father started 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And I can show you, John. Buongiorno, Angelo, buongiorno. See, this is where we start, you know, as I said, the first line of the benches.
Wow.
Those guys are fitter of the barrel to the receiver, okay? So, and at this time, when the barrel comes from the barrel section, receiver from another section, they have to serialize the gun, okay, with the serial number.
Okay,
They put the serial number. At this moment, it's a gun, okay?
Yeah.
When you put the serial number, it's a gun. Before, it's not a gun. So what they do, they're fitting, and then step by step, line by line, they put together the gun. Assembly all the parts, component, triggers, ejectors, springs, yes.
And the dockets follow the gun everywhere
Yes.
it goes, don't it?
Yes. This is yours.
Oh, Bywell.
You see? This is one pair, you know, one of the two pair, right?
Yeah.
See, Bywell, MX12 SC3, barrel length,
Yeah.
choke, the rib, 7x7, internal diameter, all the other specifications, stocks has to come. See, with 152 is the name of the number
new
of the
engraving,
engraving.
yeah.
That is the bird, okay? This I think is
High
the
pheasant, 81 centimetres. Yeah.
So, you see?
Can I have a look in the box, Mauro?
I don't know.
So these are the basic
Yeah.
components when we started.
This is the second pair, one of the two of the
Yeah.
pair. I will bring also the barrel. See, now the receiver is done. It's ready to be two side plate to be fitted and then polish and go out to the engraver.
Right.
So this is. Toglimi per favore. Grazie. And this is the barrel. See? As I said, it's 1276. That is 30.
Yeah.
5.7 is the choke.
Yeah.
Magnum chamber 18.4, 7.7, and all the specification. Auto safety as well. So the gun is already serialized. Be ready fitted, as I said, polished perfectly by hand.
So this whole collection, does this all go off to the engraver?
Oh, all, even the barrel.
Even the barrel?
Yeah, because they have to engrave the border, you know,
Yeah.
all, they go. For auge, for the top lever, you know, iron, it goes
All the plates.
All, yeah.
Yeah. And so these just need to be fitted yet, and then it comes back and gets blued and proved.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Hardened the receiver, because now the receiver is about 60-70 kilos by millimeter square, okay?
Right.
60-70. Has to go to 130, around 130. So
For
we have to harden for the strength.
Right, yeah.
Because if you don't do this, when you shoot, you destroy the bridge.
Yeah.
So you have to make it harder.
Yeah.
So after that, we start to polish all the receiver inside, outside, glue the barrel, made the stock as well, so.
I just need to find a customer to come along and say,
right.
there you go.
Hopefully as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So
like the way I do it is I don't put any wood specification on just yet.
Wait till the customer.
And then if I've got a customer,
Sure.
they come along and they get me to measure.
We can down, we measure, select the blank, in our room,
Yeah.
So this is, the procedure already, John, because you've been here many times, and you are important customer for us, very important customer. We try to,
It's
to
fantastic.
keep you happy.
It's fantastic to see it.
Yeah,
as it even starts.
Yeah.
What it looks like.
We didn't set this, okay? This is just,
Yeah.
was a surprise for you,
Yeah,
I
great.
picked up one gun and this was your gun, so we didn't prepare, this. So
Yeah,
this
thank you
is
very much.
Perazzi. And then, as I said, step by step, at the end, the last line, the worker there, very precise, and very skilled, they put together again the gun. They check all the specifications, they check the quality, they check the bluing, the varnish of the stock, varnish of the receiver before send the gun to the warehouse, then it's delivery to the customer.
And do the guys sort of stay at the one job that they have, or do they rotate
No, they
around
do.
the factory?
No, they don't rotate.
No,
They are
stay
specialized, in one specific
yeah.
job. Some of them we call jolly, okay, they can rotate, but not many.
Yeah.
Because it's not easy, to learn all,
The
so
checkering or
it's
whatever,
quite
yeah.
difficult. So I think they are specialized, and they have to concentrate maximum in what they are doing.
Yeah.
So more experience, better they are. If you can see, we have a lot of, I say, young faces. Okay, so new generation. So we
Coming
have,
through.
so 30, 35 years old. The old in coma workers already retired, but they teach very well to our the young generation. So we are very happy of their skill. They are great workers. And
The guys that I deal with in the wood side department, I
Yeah.
always say it's nice to see the same faces
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah.
the young,
Correct.
and you can tell when you're getting stocks made, they're passionate and they're eager to see whether the customer likes it.
I know.
Any alterations that.
This is, I think, it's very important. In fact, this is a relationship that we, as Perazzi family, establish with our workers.
Yeah.
It's a perfect combination. It's a perfect team. Fabrizio, Salvini, Fabrizio Forti, my son, myself. So we have really a team. We have a great relationship with all our workers. So I spend most of my time through the benches, watching what they're doing. I'm learning also. Even if, let's say, I'm not quite experienced, but I love to watch them because you have to learn every day something. So this combination to have a good team, and as you said, the stock maker, they love what they do. See, they're very passionate. Also with the cast, they come, they check, they want to see it, they modify.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing, and this is very important. Okay, very, very important.
And it's nice when the customer leaves. I often get told this, they feel as though they've made a little input into making the cone, and they feel like it's almost like they're part of the family, which it sounds
Sure.
really cheesy, but it is. You come away with that feeling.
This is true, and we are very proud of this. And we have to thank you, first of all.
Yeah.
We have to thank your customer, generally all the customers that they invest a lot of money to buy the gun, to come
Yeah,
to the
and
factory,
time.
be here, the time as well, 1 or 2 days. But this is, very important because they can realize and see what really Perazzi can do for them.
Yeah.
Not many, I think, with proud I say, not many companies are able to give the service that we do, for sure.
Well, individual service.
Individual service, this is very important. This is the key, I think, beside the quality, but is the service after, what you give, what you can give to the customer after his purchase. We are very proud of our company, of what my father did, and we try with a lot of enthusiasm to keep going the tradition of my father,
Yeah.
So,
and it's nice though. There's always new. The high tech came out and it's gone down really well.
yes,
When
correct.
the first started coming, if I had 3 or 4 customers together, it would be 2000s was the bulk
Yeah.
of the orders, and then now there is still a mix of MX-12s,
Sure.
but a lot of high techs now, and it just took a hold of the
This
orders.
is true.
and
It was a very idea to introduce the iTech. The iTech was my idea, our idea, and we succeed because I'm telling for sure 80% of standard, I'm not talking about engraved cycle, but standard model now are high-tech.
Yeah.
Okay, so HT, high-tech. MX-12, MX-2000 and MX-8, yes, but are the minority, okay? So most of the guns produced are high-tech, on the high-tech version, okay? So very successful. As I said, wider receiver before, as I said before, wider receiver, a little bit heavier, you know, magnum chamber, 18.6 or 18%, leave the gun much softer to the recoil.
And on that new engraving really does make it kind
this
of pop.
is fantastic,
Yeah,
this is really.
Yeah.
And you will see, you know, the SC3 side plate when it will finish, will be a beautiful gun.
Well, the Grouse limited edition, that's the one I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Fantastic. We choose together, you know, the Grouse, you know, so it's beautiful. I saw the sketch that the engraver did, and it's really beautiful. So soon you will have your SC3
well, I think
plate.
I've got number 1 and 5 in them,
Yes,
so yeah.
Yeah, really, it's a limited number, you know, so you've been very smart, okay? This is very important. This is a market, you know, policy that is really very good.
Well, thank you very much, Mauro.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Hope to see you soon again, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.